Alrighty, welcome to the Catholic Teacher Summer Series. Our third week, we are going to be talking about classroom decor for the Catholic classroom. My apologies for coming in late. I actually did the whole series, but it only went into my Facebook group. So if you're a part of the Facebook group, you might be seeing this twice. But I want to make sure it's available for everyone. So if you are joining live, go ahead and put where you're joining me from in the comments, along with what grade level you teach. And we are going to go ahead and dive in, and hopefully this works just as well as the last one. And so I'm going to go ahead and dive into talking about classroom decor for the Catholic classroom. So here's our agenda for today. We're going to be doing a little introduction. We're going to be talking about classroom decor with a Catholic twist. Then I have some free classroom posters for you to grab, and then I have a very, very special offer at the end. It's a new back-to-school bundle that includes many of the resources that I'm going to be talking about today. All right. So a little introduction about who I am. I am Annie McGuire, a fourth grade teacher from Chicago. I teach at a small Catholic school near Wrigley Field. I am the unofficial religion coordinator of my school, and I help with prayer services and weekly mass and anything religion related I lend a hand at. I'm a proud graduate of the University of Dayton and Loyola University Chicago, where I earned my master's in religious education. I'm a Nat Geo certified educator and served in 2017 as the Iditarod teacher on the trail. I love all things that have to do with getting outdoors and bringing the outdoors into the classroom. I'm a lifelong Chicago Cubs fan. I love running and hiking, and I am married to Mark, a Catholic school teacher at one of our local high schools, and we have a pup, Tipperary, who you might hear in the background. He is sleeping behind me. He also works at a Catholic school. He is the therapy dog at Mark's school. So just a little bit about myself. So we're going to dive into some ways to make sure that your classroom is ready for this upcoming year. Make sure that you have, or just make sure you gather some ideas of how you can bring the faith into your classroom decor and how your classroom is set up. So first, start with a dedicated religion space, a prayer space, a space that your kids know that this is our religion area. And so I know those all look very different for many of us. Some are bigger or smaller. Mine is not too big, but I do have a table that has a shelf on the bottom, and I'll show you kind of what I have on it with our Bible. And then we also have bulletin boards behind it that we change seasonally. And so you can see there that is, they have a Lent activity in the background there that the kiddos worked on. And you can change out your bulletin board. So this would be a great one to start the year, camping out in God's Word. Include the St. Mary's Press Bible for kids. I love it. It's my favorite Bible, especially for K-5, K-6 classrooms for students to use. And it just is a great Bible that's written to the kids' level and includes fun pictures, and it's awesome. There are, if you teach older kids, there are other ones that you can use that are more for high school or middle school and high school aged. But if you have K-5, K-6 students, this is the one to use. And I'm going to drop in the comments here for the St. Mary's Press Bible. This is an affiliate link, just so you know, but this is the Bible that I use with my students, and the one that we use kind of school-wide for our primary grades. So I also have a book bin with picture books, Catholic books, anything related to our faith. that I use. I also have a gather book in there. So our gather book is what we use for singing at mass on Sunday or on Wednesdays when we go. But I always find that I'm like thinking of a song that I want to talk about, or we have to practice a song, or there's something that connects to what we're reading and learning about in religion class. And so I'm like, all right, let me grab the gather book. We're gonna, I try to sing it. I'm not talented at all, but it gives the kids a laugh, but they're also learning. And so that's kind of what I have in my book bin. Monthly bulletin boards that go with it. Have a cross, and then I love having some flowers and some greenery just to kind of soften the religion prayer space. Also, I often get asked what my Bible stand is. So you can see I have a little Bible stand there. It's actually a cookbook stand, and I found it works really well for holding the Bible up, so it's not always just flat on the table. So if you're looking for a Bible stand, buy yourself a cookbook stand. So just different ways to have your prayer space. All right, next thing I want to talk about is regular classroom things. So we, for the most part, are going to have an alphabet, classroom jobs, a calendar, name tags. I love the addition of an affirmation station. And so including all of these things into our classroom is pretty standard in a classroom today. But I love the ability to bring the faith into those things. And so a classroom alphabet where, kids can look at the different letters of the alphabet, a word that goes, a religious word that goes with each of them. And I have it for both cursive and print. And so great for classrooms, probably K5, K6. An affirmation station, which have become really popular lately, but I absolutely love the Catholic twist on this one. I really wanted to incorporate an affirmation station in my classroom, and I was like, but how can I make this more faith-based? And so I love working with the saints. If you've been around, you know that. And so when kids come in, they can look at it and connect to the saints. I am wise like St. Thomas Aquinas. I am caring like St. Teresa. I am curious like St. Jude. I am a leader like St. Peter. And so they can feel that faith connection well. They're uplifting themselves and looking at themselves. So a great addition to any classroom. Name tags. We all have name tags on our desk. So I have these for upper elementary and primary grades. But they include the little God bless on there and different prayers. So we have the guardian angel prayer, Hail Mary, Our Father, and I think Glory Be. And so you have different prayer options as well. And then they have the things that a standard name tag would have. They have number lines, they have fractions. This one has a multiplication chart. The ones for the primary grades are a little bit different, but have everything, colors, things that you would need for your classroom. And that you'd want your students to have. The jobs are probably also one of my, I know I said the affirmation station is my favorite, but I think jobs are really important too. So the jobs are all saint themed. And so you have a messenger. So many of us have messengers as our job, but connecting it to St. Michael the Archangel, the patron saint of messengers. And then you have the lost and found manager, St. Anthony, the patron saint of lost items. And so tying these to the saints is a really neat way, and it's a fun way for students to learn about the saints. And then my classroom calendar. I've always had a classroom calendar, but nothing that was specifically faith-based. And so this one includes everything that you need for a regular, school year, and, includes your picture day and half day and no school and all that, the little cards, but it also includes all of our holy days and Advent and Lent specific cards, and so that you can also integrate the faith into what we're doing on our calendar. So students are able to see what's going on in the regular school year, but also what's going on in our religious and Catholic faith. The saint affirmations are, sorry, coming back to some questions there. The saint affirmations are something that I've created, and so I can drop the link in the comments for that. So, all right. Also, to include in your classroom is a Catholic word wall. So I definitely suggest creating your own word wall based on the vocab from your religion curriculum. Some words are so specific, and you want to make sure that you're kind of doing what with your teaching your students what their book and what words they're working on, and change them up every unit. You can also do seasonal words for Advent, Lent, Ordinary Time, Easter, Christmas. And then if you are typically a second grade teacher that does sacramental prep for First Communion or reconciliation, or maybe you're 7th and 8th grade teacher and you are preparing students for confirmation, I definitely encourage you to create word walls specific to the sacraments that you're prepping your students for, so that they're constantly seeing those words both in the classroom, and then when they get over to church, and they're able to make those connections, and when you're doing the sacramental prep. So an easy way to incorporate. We have word walls for often math and reading, and so why not add in our faith and keep those Catholic words available to students. Another way to add Catholic decor into your classroom is through posters. And so a little bit different than just your standard bulletin board, although this is one that I created into one, but I love using the saints. This one in particular, very simple artwork, and I put them into picture frames and put them up on my bulletin board. And what I love about these is these are saints that come up in what I'm teaching in our religion curriculum. And so it's so neat when the kids are, we're reading about St. Kateri, and the kids are like, oh my gosh, St. Kateri's back on our wall. Like, they're able to make those connections. And so they've been seeing these saints throughout the year, and now it's like, okay, we're learning a little bit deeper about them. And so, or like they see St. Ignatius up there and they're like, oh my gosh, St. Ignatius, that's a school here. Like, and so making some really neat connections with what we have up in our classroom. So these are just some other posters that you can have up in just some examples. I also love using collaborative posters in which each student colors a different square. And then these are great to hang. I hang mine often on our door. It kind of fits perfectly on there. You can also hang in the hall or create a bulletin board out of it. And so collaborative posters are a great way to build community within your classroom, but also have them faith-based. And then I want to give you guys some free Catholic posters. And so you can grab them using the QR code or the bit.ly, which is Catholic posters, just a set of 5 Catholic posters that you can put up in your classroom to kind of kickstart and get ready for this upcoming school year. But I want to wrap up today by talking about a brand new offer, which is my Catholic Back to School Bundle. And this is something I'm offering for a very limited time, just over a week. It's going to be available. And it includes 13 different resources, all of which, or for the most part, I've talked about today, but the Catholic Saint posters, Saint affirmations, the Catholic name tags, calendar set, classroom jobs, Catholic word walls, the ABCs. So all that Catholic decor I talked about. It also includes a back-to-school prayer service to use with your students, comes with song suggestions and everything. A kindness collaborative poster, which is a great way to kind of start your school year with your students, but also have them create a poster. A Camping Out in God's Word bulletin board set. 10 printable bookmarks. I love having one of the bookmarks on my students' desk when they come in on the first day of school. Just a small gesture, and write a little note on the back saying, welcome to 4th grade. I'm so excited you're here. And then, I love them always reading, so they have a bookmark to start the year. I've also included 2 monthly activities. So Naomi and Ruth Bible story, which I have as a friendship theme, and there's tons of resources to go with that friendship theme, which I think is so important as we begin the year. And then also a saint of the month. Saint Rose of Lima celebrates her feast day on August 23rd, and so a saint to kind of start your school year as well. So again, 13 resources included in this bundle, and it has a value of over $50. And today and for the next week, I'm offering it for only $19. So a really great value. I know what we do is so important, and I want to make sure that I get these resources into as many teachers' hands as I can. So that's why I'm offering it for only $19. It's for one classroom, one teacher. If you have more teacher friends that would love to grab it, please go ahead and share the link with them. I will say all of the resources that are in this are also part of the Full Seton Scholars membership that I have. So if you want to learn more about that, feel free to message me or write in the comments, and I can put those links in there too. But I want to focus just on this special back to school bundle that is available today and for the next week. So you can grab it using the QR code there. I will also drop the link in the comments here, and you can get it at the bit.ly as well, which is Catholic BTS 24. Again, only available until next Tuesday. So that kind of wraps us up for today. Thank you so much for joining me for our third week of the Catholic Teacher Summer Series. If you want to connect, which I would love to, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Adventures of a Fourth Grade Classroom. And if you want to connect via email, Annie at adventuresofafourthgradeclassroom.com. And be sure to join our Facebook group, which is the Catholic, or you can find us at Catholic Teacher FB at the bit.ly or the QR code there. We have over 2,000 teachers that are connecting daily, sharing ideas, and just a really awesome community to be part of, and we would love for you to join. So that is all for today. I will be back next week, hopefully with no glitches. And we're going to be talking about planning your religion year. And there is a very special freebie that is coming your way for the first time ever next week. And so you want to make sure to join me live at 10 o'clock Central Time right here on Facebook. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.